Hey folks, this is Kalani. This week is the first time you can fully unlock flying in Zereth Mortis, providing you've done everything to unlock the new achievement. It's not a super long list, but it is going to take some time, so we're going to go over everything you need to do to unlock flying in patch 9.2 in Zereth Mortis, and the fastest way to get it all done. Before we jump in, be sure to hit up that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. The first requirement is also one of the easiest. You need to explore Zereth Mortis. The map isn't that big, so it shouldn't take you too long. By the time you've run through the initial story quests and done a little bit of exploring, you probably have most of the map uncovered anyway, so just run around and fill in the blanks left on your map and you'll get the Explore Zereth Mortis achievement, and that's step 1 complete. While you're doing that, you can also knock out this next step. You need to find all 7 entries left behind by Firim to complete the Tales of the Exile achievement. These are scattered throughout the zone and they can be kinda hard to see sometimes. What you're looking for is a little rolled up scroll on the floor, and as I said, there are 7 total for you to collect. I'll have a map up on screen with coordinates so you can find them yourself super easily. They contain some interesting lore tidbits and story points, so if you're actually interested in the lore for this patch, you can read through them to see what happened to Firim. If you don't care, you can also sell them to a vendor for a few gold. Collect all 7 and you'll get the Tales of the Exile achievement, and that's step 2 complete. The next requirement is going to take a bit more legwork, but you can also work towards it at the same time as the others. You'll need the Curious Collections achievement. This one requires you to loot 5 of the hidden treasures in Zereth Mortis. Most of these are special treasures that can only be looted once, but honestly, I feel like if you loot every treasure you come across as you move through the zone, you'll unlock this achievement in no time. If you're struggling to get to some of these treasures, I have some handy dandy tips for you. If you've gotten to Renown 80 with at least 1 covenant, which you really should have by now, you can freely swap covenants back and forth. This can be useful for treasure hunting by swapping to Venthia. Even if you have 0 progress with the Venthia covenant, you will still have access to their abilities when you swap. The Door of Shadows Venthia ability is kind of broken when it comes to repositioning yourself for hard to reach treasures. You can just teleport wherever you can see, so you can skip over most of the pesky jumping puzzles. There's also a piece of cipher equipment with more or less the same effect. The on-use effect talks about a dimensional translator. It's basically just a quick teleport hop thing. The higher the item level of your cipher gear with the effect, the further you can teleport, which makes it very useful for getting up to some of those pesky small ledges. With these 2 teleports combined, you can get a lot of treasures very easily. It's not just treasures you'll need to watch out for though. The next achievement is Adventures in Zereth Mortis. This one asks you to kill 10 different rares. Once again, kill any rares that pop up on your minimap. You'll want them for a variety of other reasons like rep farming and currency farming. The flying unlock is just icing on the cake. Now you may be thinking, oh great, I've got to track down all these treasures and rares and notes and watch my map constantly. And while you probably need to do at least some work, I have something for you that will make getting all of these bits and bobs lined up significantly easier. There are various add-ons that will mark the location of rares and treasures on your map for you. Personally, I like using Handy Note, Shadowlands, and Rare Scanner. They do more or less the same thing, but different add-ons have different information. Handy Notes will mark both rares and treasures and tell you exactly what you need to do to spawn a rare or get to a treasure, which makes it incredibly useful if you're having a hard time figuring out exactly what you need to do. And then Rare Scanner specifically will also include markers for Firim's notes, which is very useful indeed. If you use Rare Scanner, you can also get prompts when a treasure or rare is nearby, just in case you weren't paying attention to the map or minimap. I actually used Rare Scanner for tracking down Firim's notes quickly and then turned it off to use Handy Notes for everything else, but it's completely up to you. The next requirement is Path to Enlightenment. This is another super easy one. All you have to do is complete 3 side quest chains in Zereth Mortis. After you've unlocked the cipher and you can start your daily grind, you should be able to see 3 yellow exclamation marks on your map. You're looking for the quests Enlightened Exodus, that one should start in Haven. Look Who I Found also starts in Haven, and then Lost Grace. This one is over in Pilgrim's Grace. Follow those quests through to the end and you will earn the Path to Enlighten achievement very easily. And then the final requirement to unlocking flying in Zereth Mortis is also potentially the most annoying and the one that's going to take the longest, especially if you haven't been keeping up with the new 9.2 story campaign. To get the achievement A Means to an End, you'll need to complete a specific chapter in the new 9.2 story campaign. The chapter is also conveniently called the same thing, A Means to an End, and it's currently the 6th chapter in the overall storyline. That was actually the new chapter that came in this week, so this achievement is now obtainable in-game, which was the final requirement for flying that we had to wait for. If you've been keeping up with the story so far, this probably won't take you very long, but if you've been putting off the story chapters until now, you will have a lot of story quests to work through before you can unlock flying. It's also worth noting that all of the story quests will reward you with a massive amount of renown. You get so much renown for the Zereth Mortis story campaign, it's actually kind of crazy. So if you're not caught up to 80 yet on your main covenant, or you want to catch up to 80 on one of the other covenants so you can swap around easier and have some of that potential power going through, doing these campaigns is more than worth it if you need the renown. If you have the time and you put your mind to it, you could unlock all of these requirements in just one day. That's what we did. You'll just have to spend a lot of time in the Zereth Mortis zone. With all of those achievements complete, you should get the achievement Unlocking the Secrets, which will reward you with the ability to fly throughout Zereth Mortis. Flying is going to be great for treasure hunting because a lot of the treasures are in annoying or hard to reach places. There are a lot of jumping puzzles by the looks of things in the zone, but I'll be honest, I don't think the dev team does jumping puzzles very well for the most part, so you can skip over all of those when you can soar through the air. It's also going to make it much easier to get rare spawns that pop up on the map, because we all know rare spawns die incredibly quickly, especially after they've been called out in general chat or linked on the map. Flying is going to be faster thanks to the massive speed increase of flying versus ground mounts, but you can also fly direct, whereas ground mounts have to go around and over and under to get where they need to go. If you think you're going to be spending a lot of time in the Zereth Mortis zone for whatever reason, flying is going to be amazing for you. But that's all you need to unlock flying in patch 9.2 in the Zereth Mortis zone. How do you feel about having to earn flying yet again in Shadowlands? How do you think flying unlocks should work going forward? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to everyone who's subscribed on Twitch. You can see the names floating by on screen. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.